The Honda Civic Type R. What else can I say? Today we are going to talk about the 5 things that I really enjoy and I really like about that car. And I'm not going to do the same mistake I did the other time with the Corvette. I started with the 5 things I hate, and then the comment section went crazy after me because people thought that I was not worthy of owning that 71 Corvette and whatnot. So we're going to start things nice and talk about the 5 things that I love about it. And to be honest, I love way more than just 5 things about the Civic Type R. But for the matter of that video, we're going to concentrate on, 5 things. So guys, before I continue, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you love videos like this, and also don't forget to like the video so I can make more videos. So let's jump right into it. Ever since the car was introduced in the late 90s, the Civic Type R was famous for its championship white color, which this one is not, and also the red interior. Of course, you could get a Civic Type R with the Phoenix yellow color, black, or even red sometimes with the black interior. But the red seat inside the car are definitely one of the 5 things that I really love about this car. I mean, when you're looking at it, it's distinctive. You know, it's a race car for the road. I know it's cliche to say a race car for the road, but that's what the Type R is. If you never drove a Type R before, please consider at least trying an FK8. These cars are just incredible. When you're sitting inside the car, you'll see the seats, they are really, really tight. But for one of the first time I'm driving a car with really tight bucket seats, they are comfortable. I could go on a drive for about 2, 3, and even 5 hours in that thing, and I wouldn't mind the seats, not at all. And in fact, prior of owning the FK8, I actually owned an FK7, which had the, the leather interior and everything, and the Type R is actually more comfortable inside than my other Honda Civic with the limited package and the leather and everything. Honestly, the interior in that car, the seats, amazing. The second thing I really love about that car is the engine. Of course, like all the Type Rs, the FK8 got the K20 engine that was introduced, I think, in 2001 in the first new series, new era of Type Rs with the Integra Type R DC5 or even the EP3. The difference in this one, it's a bit like the FK2 that was sold in Europe. It's a turbocharged 2-liter K20, and for the first time, you don't really hear VTEC. A lot of people consider VTEC to be one of the trademarks of the Type Rs, but in that one, there's actually VTEC only on the exhaust side of the camshaft. So that way, you can get, I think, less lag or whatsoever. But anyway, other than that, this car is a bit lacking in the sound department, but when it comes to the engine, the performance and everything, it's astonishing. It's a front-wheel drive car, so of course there's going to be a lot of wheel spin if you go too hard in first and second gear, but once the car gets going, it's actually pretty impressive. I owned in the past a STI with a lot of modification to it, and I can totally tell you that the Type R is faster than my previous STI. So definitely an honorable mention to the K20 under the bonnet of that car, which might get a little bit of updates in the upcoming months because, this car won't stay stock. So yeah, so the K20 is definitely the highlight of that car, but it's going to get some upgrades. In number 3, one of the things that I really love about that car is probably the most polarizing thing about the Civic Type R, the styling of the car. I mean, look at it. This car is freaking loud, and not in terms of exhaust sound, it's actually loud visually, and that's part of the reason why I went with the boost blue color for the car. I mean, a lot of people who owns Type Rs and want to, I don't want to say invest into a Type R and keep it to make a profit out of it after a few years, but usually these kind of people play safe and go with the championship white. For that matter, I thought that the car is so loud, why not using like probably one of the loudest color available for 2020, boost blue. One of the reasons why I choose Boost Blue with this styling, I thought the car looked even more wild, even more crazy, and also the fact that since of COVID-19, the production was a bit delayed in 2020, so there's going to be less 2020 Civic Type Rs, which mean less Boost Blue Civic Type Rs. So, I mean, not that the car is exclusive, but a little bit more than your typical championship white, red, or gray Civic Type R. So for that matter, in the styling department, I really love that car. The rear end of the car is still a bit too busy for me, but it's growing on me. I've been owning that car for about a month now, and to be honest, it's better than it was before. I mean, the more I look at it, the more I love it. You can also see from the image in the video that I actually tinted the tail lights on the car, so that way it gives a more balanced look to it. Before, the turn signal in the back and the reverse light were actually white, and it was weird. When you were looking at the back of the car, there was something like too flashy, which was these lights, and I decided to give them a tint so that way it looks like it flows better. For the fourth thing that I really enjoy about that car, we need to dive a little bit deeper inside the Civic Type R, not only in the interior but underneath the sheet metal. In 2020, the Civic Type R got a lot of updates that you don't really see, but when you're driving the car you can actually feel them. For that matter, let's talk about the dampers. They actually changed the dampers on that car, and they are 10 times better or 10 times faster than the 2019, 2018, or 2017 models. So that means the car reacts way faster to the bumps on the road and everything. And to be honest, the suspension in that thing is crazy. The car handles super well, the steering is sharp. I mean, I haven't driven a 2019 or older, but this car is, honestly, it's a blast to drive, and I could keep that car stock and still enjoying it, but no, I cannot keep a car stock, you know me. So also for 2020, there's some new yet slight change to the car. If you look at the wheels, a little bit closer to the wheels, there's these two pieces brakes. So because of that change over the brakes, the front brakes, you get better braking performance, which is good. I haven't driven like I said, I haven't driven the older Civic Type R, but in that case, from what I've heard, there was a lot of brake fades and even disc cracking on the 2019 or older models. So even though the cross drill brakes looked definitely cooler than these ones, they are better, so I really enjoy that change. And for the other change in 2020, the interior receives some slight differences, slight modification. The Alcantara steering wheel, which I love, and also I'm scared to touch because I don't want to get it dirty. But honestly, this steering feels like a steering you get in a 911 or something like that. Really enjoy that. And the new shifter, the new shift knob, and the whole assembly is different. So a little bit shorter throws, but still you can get that. Well, a lot of people found that annoying, but you can get that annoying second gear grind if you go too quick on the shift. You need to get used to it, but anyway. And you get the new shift knobs for 2020, which resemble oddly the older Type R shift knobs from the Integra Type R, the DC2, or the first Civic Type R for that matter. And number 5 of the thing that I really love about the Civic Type R is the fact that the aftermarket world for this car is crazy. And it's no coincidence I decided to get a Civic Type R as my next project. It's because you can basically modify the heck out of these cars. Even though the new FK8 Civic Type R is a very new platform, you can get suspension, brakes upgrade, intakes, turbos, exhaust, everything, even carbon fiber interior parts. There's even a company who can make a carbon fiber roof for that car. I mean, there's people who want to cut their roof off so they can install a carbon fiber roof on their car. I'm talking of you, Jason, Honda Pro Jason. Shout out to you, man, by the way. Sick Phoenix Yellow Type R. I'm going to, just because I want to, I've been talking with Honda Pro Jason for probably the past month, and this guy is incredible. If you are in the Civic Type R world, you need to give him a chat, because honestly, he knows his stuff. And he's always there if you need help with your Type R and whatnot. I was looking for exhaust, and he actually told me where to go for that beautiful exhaust sound. So stay tuned for that. There's a video about the exhaust for that car coming soon. But I was talking about modification, and in the next video, you're going to see we are going to install the first aftermarket parts for that car, which is the PRL intake. So the video is coming soon. I can't wait to install that part. I just received it. Like I said, the aftermarket world for Honda Civic in general is just unbelievable, and for the FK8 it's no exception. So definitely, if you are looking for a fun car, a fun project to build, you should definitely consider the FK8, or even maybe a Civic Si. These platform with the new 1.5 turbo, great engine, great cars. The platform is unbelievable. I also remember when I was working for the automotive press back in the day, back in 2016, I believe, or 2015, when we received the first 10 Gen Civic to try. And I actually took the car for a spin, and I was like, oh my God, if they are ever making an SI or a Type R out of this chassis, it's going to be unbelievable. So that's how good this chassis is. I was already feeling the sportiness of the car, even though it was like a base model Honda Civic 10 Gen. But yeah, with over 300 horsepower in that car, it's something. So guys, these were the 5 things that I really love about that car. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you own a Civic Type R, please let me know what your 5 things are. I really want to hear that from you. And also, what would you like to see from this car? By the way, I'm looking for ideas on graphic designs for the car. Not huge, loud graphics, Fast and Furious kind of stuff, but something more like just a regular stripe, or to put my brand on, or something like that. I want to keep it clean. If you have some ideas, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we can find something to do with this Boost Blue Civic Type R. Guys, it was a pleasure to do this video. I really hope you enjoy, and stay tuned, because we are actually going to not really diss the car, but at least say 5 things I hate about it. Because yes, I really love that car, but I also hate well, I don't hate, but there's a few things that really annoys me with that car. And I already mentioned one in that video. It's, you know, that second gear grind. Anyway, guys, I talk to you soon. I really hope you enjoy. Bye.